Hello, hello, you beautiful beings of light, and I trust everyone is creating an amazing day. Happy Thursday. I just got done crushing a workout. Now I'm at the park, gonna do a little bit of walking and enjoy this amazing weather. I decided I am choosing to record a video for you guys and post it because I don't want to go live. I know it's like people are getting off work right now, people are driving, it's a bit of a distraction. So I'm just going to record a video and post it. You guys can watch it whenever it resonates with you. Also too, with that being said, if my videos provide value for you, if you resonate with me, my videos provide value, please do me a favor and share my videos to your timeline and allow me to support other people through you. Because clearly I'm not friends with everyone you're friends with on Facebook or on your timeline. So if that resonates with you, please share my videos because I do trust that God is supporting you through me, and it will allow me to support others through you, and God obviously, supporting them through me and through you. You know what I'm trying to say. So today I want to talk about enjoying the present moment of now, and that the only moment that we have is really the moment that's in front of us right now. So how are you showing up in the world? What are you telling yourself about yourself, and what do you believe about yourself is really important. So I'm asking you to tune in and ask yourself, do you believe that you live in a loving world? Do you believe that God always provides for you? Do you believe that you are safe and you are secure? Do you believe that everything is always working out for you? These are some of the really strong beliefs that I began to imprint into my subconscious mind around 2015, that everything is always in divine order. Everything is always working out for me. That I'm divinely guided, supported, and protected, that everything is for the greatest growth and expansion of my soul. Even the stuff that does not feel good, I still know that behind the scenes, there's so much happening that I'm not necessarily aware of, that at some point, I'm trusting I will look back and say, oh, that's exactly why that had to happen. That's exactly why this happened and that happened and that happened to get me to the point that I'm at now. So when I started imprinting and instilling these beliefs into my subconscious mind, it allows me to relax and trust and know that I'm being divinely guided, supported, and protected, and that whatever my intuition is telling me, which I believe our intuition is our God-given GPS, and when we can tune into our intuition and we're in that divine flow, I love to say that. I'm like, how's it flowing today? Or how's it flowing in your world? And people kind of giggle when they haven't heard me say that to them before. And what I mean by that is being in the flow, having that flow state. Being in the flow state and living your life in that way is such a different feeling than coming from a place of being contracted with a closed heart and with a mind that is, pessimistic and fear-based, lack, scarcity, always waiting on the other shoe to drop. It's literally a different way of living. And I can't say I've always been like this. So full transparency here. I can't say I've always been the way that I am now. It has taken, conscious effort, and consciousness, honestly, is a moment-to-moment gig. So it has taken a conscious effort. It's taken, time and energy and investing in myself, whether it's with coaching and retreats and all the different things that I've done. So the reason I'm telling you this is I haven't always been this way, but this is the way that I have been since around 2015 or so. And that's why I'm so passionate about sharing it with other people, is because you can get to this point too. So I'm asking you to check in with yourself, and I'm asking you to ask yourself, what are you telling yourself about yourself? Do you believe that you're capable? Do you believe that everything always works out for you? Do you believe that you can be successful? Do you believe that you can, create that online business? Do you believe you can travel the world? Do you believe you can write the book? Do you believe, that you, can get promoted? Do you believe that you can, write the book? I think I already said that, but open up your, dream business. If it is a brick and mortar, whatever that might look like, what do you believe about yourself? Do you believe that you're capable? Do you believe that you are able to create your dreams and your heart's desires? Because what I would like to remind you of is that if you have a dream or desire in your heart, it's already there for a reason, because that infinite possibility and potentiality is already out there. So just think right now from where you're at in your life that there's so many infinite possibilities out there for you, and that whatever your dreams and desires are in your heart, I do believe that God placed them in us for a reason. It's for us to become the greatest growth and expansion of who we're meant to be on a soul level, right? So that's the reason we even have the desires to begin with. So do you believe that you're capable of achieving whatever that is? If you have this grand vision, that's the most important thing. If you do not have a vision, I invite you to create a vision for your life of the destination that you're choosing to get to, and enjoy the journey along the way, my friends. That's what I mean when I say the only moment we really have is the present moment of now. We don't have anything other than right now. So how are you living? Are you living in that mindset of trusting and knowing and believing and being open to life with your heart wide open, because honestly, our heart emits so much more magnetic frequency than our brain does. And when you can live more in your heart space and get so much out of your head space, you're going to start seeing miracles and things begin to occur in your life. So the goal is really to get out of your 3D world, to get out of whatever is going on in your current reality that you're tasting, touching, smelling, seeing, and hearing with all 5 of your senses that you're focusing on. So relentlessly, most people, which is how I used to live in the past, and you live more in a place of enjoying the journey, being in the present moment of now, having your attitude of gratitude. Like I always say, a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. Having an attitude of gratitude, trusting and knowing that no matter what it might look like in the 3D, that you know what's coming for you, and you know what your destiny is, because you do believe that you can achieve that, and that God put that in your heart for a reason, that it is available to you. So I'm asking you to check in with yourself on that. And also too, I'm gonna say a couple more things, and I'm gonna jump off here because this video is already over 5 minutes long. I'm asking you to realize that you are the only suggester in your mind. Nobody else can think thoughts for you. Nobody else can think your thoughts. You're thinking your own thoughts. So what are you suggesting to yourself, about your current situation and circumstances? What are you suggesting? Are you trusting that it can get better? I invite you to tell yourself every single day, wake up with a grateful heart. For one, waking up obviously is the very first thing to be grateful for, because clearly that's a blessing. And I invite you to every single day tell yourself, my life is getting better and better and better every single day. Everything always goes my way. I'm, a master manifester. That's one of my hashtags. Everything's always in divine order. Everything's always working out for me. My life is so amazing. I love my life. I love, being a bright, shiny being of light. I love sharing with others and building other people up and motivating other people and being the love and being the light. If that resonates with you, if that doesn't resonate, that's okay. You can just say some of the basic things like, my life is getting better and better every day, and things like that. So if you come from a place of, like I said, having lack, scarcity, fear mindset, with, being pessimistic and always kind of waiting on the other shoe to drop, because that's, typically what's been going on, in your life. Well, that's what you're going to keep getting, my friend. You're going to keep creating more of the same. So I'm inviting you to reconsider and start asking yourself what you're telling yourself about yourself and what you believe about yourself, because that's where it all starts right there, is for sure in your beliefs. And unfortunately, a lot of us have been conditioned and pre-programmed, since we're a very young age, to think a certain kind of way, to have lack, scarcity, fear mentality, to always, look through the lenses of fear, basically. So there's 2 things, there's love and there's fear. So what lenses are you looking through? So I'm asking you to start being more aware. This is where it starts, self-awareness, becoming more aware of yourself and mastering yourself, mastering your thinking, seeing where it's coming from, seeing what those beliefs are that's causing you to think those certain thoughts. And then let's start by rewriting your story. I think I said this on a video or so last week. So rewriting your story, because I was sharing with my group last night the new program that I just launched on Monday called I Am Worthy. By the way, if you require support, you can still join the program, okay? It's basically one-on-one coaching with a group component. It comes with coaching calls, Healy scans with my biofeedback device. It'll support you mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally in terms of your vibrational frequency. That's a whole nother thing and a whole nother level. So if you want to hear more about that, definitely message me and I can provide a video for you and answer any questions that you might have that'll explain more about how that works. But basically, having the awareness and understanding is what I was sharing with them last night, is that, wherever I'm choosing to remember even what I was saying, because I got on a tangent about that I was my program, but wherever your attention goes is where energy flows, is what just came through to me now. So I'm going to say that. And being aware of like what you're focusing on, what lenses are you looking through? And I choose to remember what I was going to say specifically, but for sure it starts with our beliefs and us first becoming aware of our own self-concept and what is our concept about ourselves. So once we can start becoming aware of, what we're even thinking about ourselves, what we feel that we're capable of, what we feel we can create, what we can attract, like how do we feel about ourselves? How are we limiting ourselves? Looking at the beliefs is where it starts, and then looking at the thoughts that correlate with the beliefs, because you can always change your thoughts. You can start thinking different thoughts, and that's what I mean when I say start affirming and decreeing these things, okay? The affirmations, the decrees, visualizing, journaling, meditating, all these things are tools and techniques to raise your vibrational frequency, okay? It's about changing your state, to getting in a new state. So if you wake up every single day and you're in the same state and you're like, oh, woe is me, and I hate my job and I hate my life, and I don't like my boss, and I don't get along well with my partner, and my kids are, acting up, and I ain't never got no money, and, everyone in my family's sick, and so, this and that, and now that's probably going to happen to me because it's genetic, and it's probably going to be passed down. And so you're just living your life in fear. That's the way that they designed it to be, unfortunately, you guys, and you get to overcome it. So I still choose to remember exactly what I was going to say, but honestly, being aware of your own BS is literally the very first step, okay, for you to start seeing what it is that you're thinking about, and where is that even coming from, right? What are those beliefs that are causing you to have those thoughts? And becoming aware of it, you take it captive, and then you start telling a new story. I think that's what I was going to say, was rewriting your story. Oh, I know exactly what I was going to say. So if you're still on here, I acknowledge your commitment, because it's already been over 10 minutes, but I just start flowing, and I'm just going to keep flowing. So whoever this video is for will obviously still be on this video, and it will completely resonate with you. So rewriting your story, because guess what? Time is a man-made construct. So past, present, and future, all of it is really happening all right now. Okay, so that's a whole nother level of like quantum mechanics, quantum physics, like how it all works in terms of time, and time being collapsible, and how the observer actually affects, the outcome of the experiment, and all this stuff. It's really powerful. I love it. So understanding and knowing that you can rewrite your past, and you can rewrite your history, and that is going to change the trajectory of your future, okay? Because you're going to rewrite your story. So instead of carrying around that super heavy backpack full of bricks with that same freaking crappy story that you've been telling forever, because I used to be that way too, and you're holding on to all that stuff, all that anger, all that resentment, all that guilt, all that shame, very low vibrational frequency emotions that you're feeling because of the thoughts that you're thinking, and the stuff you're ruminating on, and people that you haven't forgiven because you deem that someone did something to you, because you have victim consciousness, because if this wouldn't have happened, then it could have been this way, or if I would have been born into this family, or in this wherever, in this neighborhood, in this, whatever it is. I can give so many different examples, but if you have a victim consciousness, then that's the kind of life you're going to continue creating for yourself, right? Because that's the way your mindset is. So the beautiful thing is you can rewrite your story. You can go back to whatever happened to you in the past, and you can rewrite the past for it to have worked out the way that you really desire for it to have worked out. Okay, so looking back at whatever happened to you in your past, traumatic experiences, childhood experiences, less than desirable things that happen, I give you love, I send you healing energy, like no condemnation. We all have our stuff. We all have things that we've grown through. And I do believe, like I said, one of my strongest beliefs are everything's for the greatest growth and expansion of my soul. Even the stuff that happened to me and when I was a little kid growing up, and childhood, and all the stuff. I mean, we all have our stuff, right? So being aware that you can rewrite that, and when you rewrite that, you actually change the trajectory of your future, because you are rewriting your past. And so now you're releasing that stuff, you're letting it go, you're no longer carrying that heavy backpack full of bricks, you're taking the label off of your forehead that you're walking around, like I'm depressed, I have depression, I have anxiety, my mama did this, my daddy did this, like people wear these labels of, I have XYZ, they're naming some kind of dis-ease, when really if you have health challenges and you have a dis-ease, it is all because you're energetically imbalanced, energetically and emotionally imbalanced. That is the root of all of it, okay? I have a whole nother, video or whatever I could do on that topic of my own self, of how I created dis-ease in my body after I went through something very traumatic. And then of course I turned it all around. This is a big part of why I'm even where I'm at in my life now in terms of being a holistic lifestyle fitness and nutrition coach, and supporting people and getting off medications and healing their body and releasing body fat and just becoming the best possible version of themselves. Definitely way more than, just a trainer and, a pretty face. I say that being funny, but seriously. So like I said, I have a lot of videos too on my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, search my first and last name, Mandy Fonville. You will find more videos about that kind of stuff as well. But the main thing is to understand, you guys, is that however you're thinking is how you're feeling, and how you're feeling is how you're vibrating, and how you're vibrating is determining what you attract. I'll say that again. How you think is how you feel. How you feel is how you vibrate. How you vibrate determines what you attract. So what you're thinking matters, because what you're thinking is creating how you're feeling. It's actually creating the state that you're in. And like I said, whatever vibrational frequency you're on, you're going to meet stuff to match that. So if you ever seriously think about, let's just say when you're having a bad day, you wake up, you stub your toe, you're running late, then you get toothpaste on your shirt, and then you get in the car and you spill your coffee, and then on the way to work you're speeding and you get pulled over and get a traffic ticket. That stuff's not a coincidence. Like all that stuff happened from the vibrational frequency that you were on. So, and the same thing applies in the other manner too, right? If a person gets really good news, maybe they, win the lotto, or they get some really good news, they get a big promotion at work, or maybe they win, some kind of cruise or something, an all expense paid vacation, and then a person's like super super high vibe, they're feeling their gratitude, they're so enthusiastic, and then all these other amazing things start happening. Same thing, that is no coincidence. There is a reason that because one thing happens, another thing happens, and the ball continues to roll because of the frequency that a person is on. So the good news is that your circumstances don't matter, and at any time you can decide that you can give yourself that feeling whether your circumstances change or not. So no matter what your circumstances are projecting back to you with your checking account, with your career, with your family dynamics or your health or whatever, you can still give yourself the feeling of the already done and being in the desired state of whatever it is that you're choosing to have without actually having the thing. Okay, I'll give a perfect example of that. So if you're looking at your checking account and your balance on your checking account is not what you desire for it to be, what do most people desire to have like money for? Most people desire to have more money and more abundance so that they'll have freedom, right? So they'll have financial freedom, because what does money usually supply? Money supplies or provides freedom, okay? It also provides security. So how about you go ahead and you just begin feeling, secure, and you begin feeling free without having to have, a huge number in your bank account. You can go ahead and give that to yourself now. Maybe you desire to have a loving, happy, healthy, conscious relationship, or the relationship that you're currently in, or partnership or marriage you're currently in. You desire to have more love from your partner. Well, guess what? You get to give yourself more love. You get to fill yourself up from the inside with more love, and then in turn that will be reflected back to you. There's just so much I can continue to give examples around, but the truth is, you guys, is that there's no one to change but self, and there's nothing here in the outer world that's going to give you anything on the inner world until you give it to yourself first. There's no amount of any of that, honestly. Like, there's so many people out there that have so much money, yet they don't feel free and they don't feel secure. There's so many people out there that have the potential to have a happy, healthy, conscious relationship or marriage, but because of the way that they feel about themselves, and they don't love themselves, and they don't fill themselves up with love because they're not loving themselves, they're always expecting someone else to give them that love that they're not giving themselves. So in turn, they don't feel loved. Like, I'm freaking preaching here, and this is like the real deal stuff. This is consciousness. This is becoming consciously aware. This is understanding that your outer world is simply a reflection of your inner world. What that means is I said this on the video the other day, your reality is different than every other person's reality. I think there's 8 billion people on the planet. So we're all looking through a different set of lenses because we've all been through different experiences, and there's no two people that will be seeing a situation exactly the same no matter what. Everyone's perceptions are different based on their past experiences and the lenses that they're looking through. Seriously. So when you begin to understand that, you can have more compassion and grace for people where they're at. You meet them where they're at, and you just love them exactly where they're at. The beautiful thing about that, though, is that you can start to do the inner work, and once you start changing yourself on the inside, that your outer world will change. Like I said in the video last week, is that we're the CEO, we're the writer, we're the director, we're the creator of our reality and of our current reality and current circumstances in our current life. So if you're not loving your current life and your current situation and circumstances, well, guess what? You co-created it. So guess what? You can actually uncreate it, and you can change it as well. You have the power to do that. So you're reclaiming your power and authority. You're no longer going to have the victim consciousness about whatever it is, and you're going to decide to see it differently. So if you think about yourself as being the projector, and that you are projecting with whatever you have going on in your mind, which you may be unconsciously aware of, subconsciously or unconsciously aware of, but if you start looking at your outer world as just feedback that's reflecting back to you, instead of judging your outer world and being upset because someone said something to you, you start taking that to, not necessarily you have to take it to heart, but you just start to identify with, okay, wait, if this is showing up in my outer world and my outer experience, it has to be because it's something that's going on within me, whether it's unconscious or subconscious or even conscious. And then you can take full responsibility for it. You can take accountability for whatever it is, and then you can shift it. That's the beauty. And then you change what you're projecting out there, and then what comes back to you is what you desire for it to be. Like I said, for examples with the love, the money, the whatever it is, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get off here because I have been going off on this, and I am super enthusiastic right now, and it's almost been like 20 minutes long. I'm trusting that this video provided value for you, and if it did, once again, please share this video to other people, or feel free to tag them below, or even just send it to people in Facebook Messenger. This is the type of stuff people need to be hearing. This is the type of stuff our kids need to be taught in school. This is the kind of stuff I never learned until it all happened for me in 2015 when I was introduced to certain things. Well, actually around 2007, I started learning about like the laws of the universe and the power of the mind and consciousness and all that kind of stuff. But it was a gradual process. And then finally, you know, I got introduced to something else. And then it's like when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. You know, I started going to some events, reading some books, meeting certain people, doing different things. And then I started having more of my awareness. And then I had a hunger to like learn more about these things, right? So like I said, this is powerful stuff. And this is how people can transform their life. This is how I made the decision to stop drinking alcohol over 7 years ago. I said, I'm going to give it up for a year. Now it's been over 7 years. I also took antidepressants for 16 years because of the way that I felt. But the way that I felt was a result of my own shoddy thinking, as well as other things. Like I know hormonal imbalances can contribute, parasites can contribute, toxins in the body, allergens in the body, food allergies, intolerances. There's so many more things. So it's not just like a cookie cutter, clear cut thing of like anxiety and depression, but a lot of it, honestly, you guys, has to do with for sure what you're putting into your body, but like your thoughts and what you're focusing on. Because when you focus on something that's fear-based, it's going to give you anxiety. When you start worrying and trying to live too much in the future, it's going to give you anxiety. When you feel like you got to control everything, it's going to give you anxiety. There's no room for grace when you're trying to control everything. When you're living in the past and you're having guilt and shame and regret and you're wishing you could go back to something, that's going to contribute to the depression. There's so many things I could continue saying on this video, and the reality is having your conscious awareness is what's going to support you in making changes. And changes don't have to be hard. You can make the decision that changes are easy. A lot of people think, oh, it's so hard to change. Well, guess what? Change your belief on that. Change your belief from it's hard to change to it's so easy to change. I make a decision and I'm powerful and I commit to it and then I do it. And that's it. So if you're choosing to start like a new workout routine or juice every morning or drink more water or whatever it is, if you have an online business, showing up more online, start writing your book, whatever it is that you're literally, you're the only one holding yourself back. That's why I always say it's you versus you. So whatever it is that's not happening that you wish or desire or whatever you're trying so hard to, that's not happening for you, you're the only one that's creating that. So like I said, just now, instead of having the belief that something's so hard, why don't you have the belief that it's so easy and that you're a person who does take action and it's very easy for you to take inspired action and that you're going to make the decision right now that you're going to do something differently and then you're going to begin doing it. And then the more you do it and the more you can continue to do it, the easier it becomes. And then you do it effortlessly. It's not even a big deal. You just do it and it's done. And then you have all the endorphins and all that, like working out. You feel so good after, you feel accomplished, you know, not to mention all the other, you know, chemicals and stuff that are produced in your body, but you literally just make a decision. So choose to make it fun and easy. You can even say that affirmation. I choose to make this fun and easy, or I choose to make it fun and easy, but make that decision that you're going to choose to make something fun and easy and that you're a person that can do something very easily and that change doesn't have to be hard. And even if you try to workout routine, you know, for every year for the last 10 years and you start and then you fall off the wagon, well, guess what? You don't have to this time. It doesn't matter whatever happened in your past. Like I said, present moment of now is where we're at. That's where we're choosing to live and where we're choosing to focus, because at the end of the day, that's all we have. So feel my love and appreciation for you guys. With all that being said, I am for real going to end this video now. I trust that you created an amazing day. I trust you're feeling love and peace in your heart, and I trust that you are loving yourself more and more every single day, because honestly, self-love is the key to transformation. All right, and consciousness is king. So being aware of whatever it is that you're focusing on and what your beliefs are and what you're thinking is where it starts. You guys, if you require support, feel free to comment below this video. Send me a private Facebook message. I have plenty of programs. I have one going on currently that you could join. I do the Healy scans, I do angel card readings, I do intuitive guidance. I have plenty of other programs, like almost 30 programs that I've launched over the last how many ever years, that if what I'm doing right now doesn't resonate with you, that I definitely could find something that could support you, or even just one-on-one coaching. All right, we'll chat soon, guys. Feel my love and appreciation. Have a great night. Bye.